Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream that has been needed from Kigali, Rwanda, the most beautiful African country I can say that I've been to so far. One of the most beautiful places I've been to in the world so far. I can say so far that I love the views here in Kigali. I even got this African print shirt made in Kigali that I love as well. Amazing fabric. She said that she had the fabric imported from Mali, Africa. For y'all that don't know, that there's a country called Mali, Mali. Now we have 17 people watching. I had to now let me tell y'all something. Kigali, Rwanda is not good for content exposure. When I got to Kenya, all my videos were doing like 40,000 plus views in the first like 48 hours. Whenever I got to Uganda, that turned to like 20,000 in the first 48 hours. Now I'm in Kigali, Rwanda, and it's down to like 10,000 views the first day, which is like beginner level for me. That stuff I was doing, actually, I think I was doing better numbers last year. I was doing better numbers in Brazil, and that kind of taught me that you learn something new every day. It taught me that it's not about who you are all the time. It's about the amount of people on social media in that area. And it's not because I'm showing women. I'm not showing women. The last video I just posted was me with a woman 2 times. The last time it was a video of us together. And one day that video got 10,000 views. One day. That's pitiful. The guy that does my YouTube shorts, he's in Kenya. When I posted my own shorts, they weren't getting as many views. He posts the shorts now from my channel. He posts them for me. And his IP address is in Kenya. And the videos are getting more engagement and more views. So I went and bought a VPN this morning. I switched my shit to Kenya. I'm still gonna put my location on the videos as where I'm at because that doesn't affect it, because the video it shows people in your country first. It shows people in your country first. And Rwanda is they're not caught up with the level that Kenya is at. So after this, I'm actually going back to Kenya. I'm going back to Kenya. I'm not going to Burundi, and I'm not going to. I was supposed to go to Tanzania to Zanzibar, but I'm going to do that after. I think I need to do what's important because for my career and everything about all about that, Kenya was popping. I actually messed up because I left Kenya a little too early. Like I only went for 10 days. Some told me to stay. Even the girl I was hanging with, Crystal, told me to stay an extra week. And my friend said stay an extra week. And I was like, no, I got to keep moving. As soon as I left, my views went down. As soon as I left. But I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to be there at least a month. And then I'm going to go back to Tanzania to do Zanzibar and Arusha. And then I'm going to go to Madagascar after that. Somebody said you should do good numbers in South Africa. Yeah. So we're going to give an update on Kigali, Rwanda. I've been here. Tomorrow will make 7 days. And yes, he says social media is popping in Kenya because the internet is fast. But the internet is fast here too, and social media is not popping. Do you read chat or only keep around? Okay. So what do I think of Kigali, Rwanda so far? The first point, we're going to start with the positives, and then we're going to go into the negatives because you guys know that this is a very real travel channel. This is a real travel channel. Not even a travel channel, it's just an Auston Holleman channel. And we don't just do positives. I'm not selling nobody a dream. I sell people reality. And you're never going to go somewhere and be like, oh, Auston didn't tell me about this before I came over here. If Auston didn't tell you about it, Auston didn't know about it. I talk about everything. Now, somebody did give me a reminder. They said, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. If you guys would like to donate, the Cash App is at the bottom, $, Auston Holleman, PayPal, austonholleman at Gmail. And if you also cannot do that, super chats are available as well. But thank you for the comment on show you. I got this made here in Rwanda. I love it. I love the African print shirts. I love them a lot. And they go with a lot, and they have a kind of mixed formality. But first point. And let me jot down notes because a lot of people are tripping about the short. I'm gonna try to make this live 2 hours long. Because I got to bring up this short because some dudes are really in their feelings about me in that short I posted. Like the video, share the video so we can get some more people in here watching. But pros. The pros to being in Kigali. What are the pros? Number one, which I think this is the number one thing that this city is known for, is being, I'm going to turn the comments off, is being the cleanest city in Africa, and I'm guessing one of the cleanest cities in the world. That is 100% true. There's no trash. It doesn't smell like piss. You know, it's very well maintained. Somebody told me that Kigali gets cleaned 3 times a day. And if that's the case, it shows. It is very, very clean here. Very clean. Number 2, 5G internet, which I'm on 5G internet right now. For some reason, my connectivity is saying my connection is unstable. Yet, I've been having some of the fastest internet I've had since I was in Kenya. And out of the 4 countries I've been to, Tanzania, Uganda, internet, not so great. Where I was staying at in Uganda, the living room, good internet. I walked to the kitchen, internet gone. I walked to the hallway, the internet's back on. I walked to this bathroom, internet gone. Walked to my room, the front of the room has no internet, but the bed by where I lay, no. My place in Kigali, I have internet outside of the apartment. So I will say that their internet is a lot better here. Everywhere seems to have very good internet. Number 3, beautiful views. You guys have seen my photos, my videos. The views here are stunning. The mountains are beautiful. You go up and it's just breathtaking. It's breathtaking to look at how beautiful the hills and the mountains are and how the neighborhoods are built alongside the hills. And here's the thing, just like the favelas in Brazil, the neighborhoods are built along the hills, but you can look and you can literally see, because out my window, I can see how clean even I don't know if I can call them impoverished, but I guess impoverished, they're not as good as where I'm staying at. Let's say that. Those areas are spotless, and I can see it from across the street. You can see how well maintained the entire city is. The weather is great. And another thing about beautiful views, even their infrastructure, the way how the buildings look, they have this green and blue convention center. I took a couple pictures down there. It's a really nice view. The weather's great. It's cool at night. Well, I guess it's not so great then, because I don't really like cold weather. And I think when people say great weather, they're referring to warm weather. I don't think most people think that freezing weather is cold. It's not freezing out here, but it's at nighttime. You do need jeans and a hoodie or like a sweater or something, especially if you're riding on a moto taxi. Maybe you can make it without that. But if you're riding on a moto taxi, you do need that. Otherwise, you'll be sick as a dog. But during the day, it's relatively warm, but it's not just hot. But it's warm so far from what I can see. I'm not going to keep up with the numbers. The next point, it is super, super safe here. So from my understanding, crime is not really played with. here. I think that there's, from what I've heard, I don't know the laws, but from what I've heard, the laws are very harsh, and I think it inspires people to not do crime. So leaving your phone on the counter, I don't think that's an issue. I mean, it can get, anything can happen, but I don't think it's as big for somebody to run up and snatch your phone off the counter here as it would be in Tanzania. And it's not even, that's not even a big thing in Tanzania. Let me say somewhere like Brazil or Colombia. It's not like that, or Cambodia or the Philippines. You don't have to worry about people trying to fight you. I mean, anything can happen, but it's not one of those areas where people are just very rowdy from what I could see, from what I've seen. From what I've seen, people are not aggressive here like that. They do stare a lot. Some of them mean mug. Now, this is the first African country where I've had dudes kind of look at me sideways. Because even I had issues with guys in Kenya, and I never had anybody looking at me sideways. Here, I've had dudes look at me like it's definitely like an envious look. And I mean, it is what it is. If you don't like it, I mean, that's what happened to me. I'm just telling you what happened. Um, but it's very safe. It's very safe. You don't have to worry about being robbed. So far from what I can see, there's not going to be much of an issue with that. The next point, my Wise card works here. I told you guys to get a Wise card. A Wise card is actually, what is it? But it's a bank. It's a little green debit card. This debit card. So you can go to wise.com or whatever it is. Wise.com, yeah. And sign up for a Wise card. And it works in, I believe, over 100 countries. 100 countries or 130 countries, a lot of countries. But just very conveniently, while I'm in Africa, a lot of those countries are not Africa. Rwanda is one of the countries it works in. It works in Rwanda, but it does not work in all places in Rwanda. Here they have a black credit card machine, or a black POS machine, I have to say, and they have a white one. It doesn't work on the black one, but for some reason it works on the white one. And the Wise card works at every ATM. And I use the Wise card for like my Ubers, and if I'm buying food, or anywhere where they would charge me an international transaction fee. If I'm buying something off Amazon, I'm not using my Wise card. I use my regular business debit card, because they're not going to charge me an international fee for using an American card at an American company. But if you try to use your Bank of America card on Uber while you're in Brazil or Rwanda, they're going to charge you to convert those funds. With a Wise card, they won't do that. You don't even get charged ATM fees with a Wise card. So it does save a lot in the long run, because I've been out of the country for about 9 months now, or 8 months now. And I've probably been charged over $1,000, maybe $1,500, maybe about $2,000 in international fees, because I believe I was being charged around $5 a day. I've been gone almost 200 days. And I'm talking about $5 a day just for like Ubers and food. We're not even talking about going to the ATM as well, or bigger purchases, buying stuff at, local stores that may cost me $200. We're not talking about that kind of stuff. When I go to my tailor and I spend, hundreds of dollars on clothes, and then they got to convert, there's an international transfer fee for that too. So that shit adds up. Now, another pro to being here is people speak English for the most part. I believe it may be what class they're in or how fluent they are, because I noticed that the moto taxi, people with those kind of jobs, they don't know English like that, like barely. The people that you'll meet in, maybe the high-end restaurants, mid-grade to high-end restaurants, clubs, they know English. And they speak, from what I've seen, 4 languages here. They have, I don't know how to pronounce their languages, Kirandis or something like that, Kirande, whatever. It's something with the Rwanda sound in it. Then they have Swahili, then they have French, and they have English. It seems like more of them know French, and I've seen a lot of people from the Congo here. And they speak French there as well. So let me read a couple of these super chats. Plus, you get the best conversion with Wise card. Yes, Kenyans are welcoming. I'm just saying that I did have issues there, but it wasn't that the people there's something wrong with the men there. It was just that specific thing. Kenya, Rwanda. That's what they have. Kenya, Rwanda, French, English, and Swahili is languages that people use around here that I've heard, and they like to mix them all together too. So you have people doing more than trilingual in Rwanda. Now the people are very friendly and nice. People do speak. They do stare though. People speak. They help you. They'll walk you to the eighth. They'll walk you places and tell you instead of just saying, "Oh, go this way." They'll actually walk you there. I can't elaborate on that too much. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what friendly and nice means. Now, this goes both ways. From what I'm seeing here, the women date at a slower pace. Some of y'all have a lot of time. Some of y'all don't. I'm somebody that doesn't have a lot of time. So slower pace places is kind of like, maybe if I was living here. But while I'm here, I'm usually only in places a little over 2 weeks. So it's like, can I, do I have time? Is this just a place to get content? Okay, maybe it's just a place to get content because I don't have, if I only have 10 days, I don't have 10 days for you to open up to me. That's just not that for you, for your mind to open up to talk. No, that's not, no, ma'am. No, absolutely not. So, but some of y'all, that may be a plus. You are 50 years old and you're looking for something a little more serious and you got all the time in the world to date. Go ahead. I don't have all the time in the world to date, though. I really don't. I do a lot of stuff every day. Now, women come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. They have some women that look like they could be like when I first got here, I said, wow, these people in the airport almost look like Somalian, almost like they look like Ethiopian Somalian. And then when I got in the country, I'm like, wow, they look like they could be from Tanzania here. And then there's some that look like, okay, they don't look like everybody else. Maybe they're just Rwandese here. And I noticed that it seems like there's 4 to 5 different looks. So it's not like Kenya, because Kenya actually has different nationalities, and I'm not saying that they don't here, but in Kenya, I noticed that you could be out and you'll see actual people from Somalia, actual people from Ethiopia, actual, people from West Africa, South Africa, Mozambique. Like, you'll see that. Here, it just seems like from what I've seen, it seems like they're all Rwandan, but they have different looks. Maybe their background is different. Maybe somebody 100, 200 years ago came down this way. I don't know. I'm a tourist, and it's just an observation. Somebody says, yes, Tutsis are Nihilistic people, while Hutsus are Bantus. So we're going to get in there because he says, sounds like my kind of place, my dream to move there. We're going to get into it, though. Rwanda is a conservative country with conservative values, so expect that with dating. Their date is for marriage, which is good. That's great. And I'm glad I found that out. And I'm also 24 years old. So, anyway, yeah, the international fees rack up a lot, and I'm glad I got the Wise card. I probably spent enough money on international fees to travel to at least 4 more countries. Not even playing. But you do that without noticing. They also have very nice bodies here. Very nice hips, very nice weight, very nice tight waist. Just an observation. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch my videos. You can go back and see my videos and go look at the restaurant. Look at the restaurant, look at the club. You'll see it. but we don't have any locals here yet because when the day, if you see me in a country and I'm posting a lot of women and it's easy to get them on camera, that tells you what it's like to date there as well. Go look at my videos and look at how many women were from Brazil on my videos. Look at Kenya and look how many were there. Then go take a look at the Philippines. Then go take a look at Rwanda. Then go take a look at Tanzania. Then go take a look at Uganda. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. Now, from what I can see, there's less foreigners here, and I'm not talking about African foreigners. When I'm saying foreigners, I'm talking about people like me, people from the United, that's not from this continent, people from the United States, people from Europe, people from Australia and Asia. There's not even a lot of them here for what I'm seeing. Maybe it's a lot to the Rwandese people, but I've been to Tanzania and Kenya, and there's enough Asian people for everybody to have one. So there's not a lot of Asian people here in Kigali from what I'm seeing. Like I've probably seen maybe 7 the entire 6 days I've been here. Versus being in Tanzania, you'll see 7 of them a day or more. They're not as deep here from what I'm seeing. And why does that matter? When you have a lot of foreigners, for example, Thailand, when you have a place like Thailand where the population is 50% Thai, 50% foreigners, the whole culture thing, and I'm going to experience a culture, that shit goes out the window. You're not experiencing a culture that's catering to tourists because they have so many of them. And there wouldn't be so many of them if they weren't catering to them. Just like, what's a country that wasn't catering to tourists like that? To foreign tourists. I mean, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to think about. I don't have time to think about that one right now. But it may be Cambodia. Cambodia, I didn't see a lot of. I seen them there. That's a really hard question. Maybe it was an African country. Maybe it's just this one, I guess. But when you get a place like Thailand, I cannot tell you too much about Thai culture without having to drive outside of Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, and digital nomad. Lastly, for the last positive that I can think of at the moment, it is a great place to retire. If you are 70 years old and you want somewhere quiet and somewhere where you don't have to worry about a lot of partying, except for on the weekend, this is the place because I went to 5 places yesterday on a Wednesday night. Places with flyers. Like they have flyers, like we got this ladies' night out, we got this party, this long scroll script party. And I get there and there's 7 people at 1:00 in the morning. There's 7 people there. So, but on Friday nights, I got here on a Friday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, when I did go out, there was people there. So I think that you have to get out on the weekend. It's just like Recife. If you guys have been watching me since Brazil, when I went to Recife, we bought a week. We only stayed 3 days because that was my first time going somewhere outside the United States where there was only a busy nightlife on the weekend. And even the weekend in Recife sucked. Like even their nightlife just sucked. I'm sorry. Now, let's get into the cons about Kigali. The first con I have, it's hard to find things such as shoes, shoe cream, cigars. I said cigars, and electronics. I don't know how I did it. I left my gym shoes that I've had since I was in Brazil in Uganda, and those fit my feet so perfectly. I loved wearing those shoes. I left them in Uganda. So the guy that was driving me around Kigali tells me, I told him, like, hey, can you take me to the mall first before I go to the gym to get some shoes? So we go to the mall, and it's more of a it's not like the malls in the other countries I've showed you guys. It's more like it seems like they're redoing the mall or something on the inside. But there's no shoes. I know Foot Locker, Foot Action does not exist outside the United States, from my understanding. But in Brazil, in Colombia, in Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, they do have suites, just like a Foot Locker, that you could walk into, and they have all these shoes lined up alongside the wall. Okay. Today in Kigali, well, that day in Kigali, I went to the mall, which is more of kind of like an outdoor area. The inside was being redone. They have a kiosk and they have shoes in the window, just like they would on the wall. But there's a kiosk with shoes in the window. And the thing is, I walked inside and I want to try those on. Those aren't my size. I said, can you bring these in a 9? Or whatever the hell my size is. I think it's a 10. I said, can you bring that? And she says, we don't have that. I said, okay. You don't have that size. I said, okay, what about those? Come to find out, what's in the window is what they've got. So in other words, if you don't fit that shoe that you're looking at on the wall, you need to pick a different shoe. That's different. I've never experienced that. And for Rwanda to be so developed, or Kigali to be so developed, I mean, if I'm wrong, show me the shoe store. But for it to be so developed, I did not expect that, because it's developed enough to look like an American city. Let me read a couple of these super chats. Oh, y'all laughing in the chats. What y'all laughing at? Because if it was if you don't see it in the wall, yeah, if it wasn't in the window, shit, my video was lagging. I was just bragging about the internet too. So people say it sounds like a business opportunity. Correct. It is a business opportunity. But you import them shoes. Import the shoes. Now, let's continue. Shoe cream. I have these shoes. I bought these in 2020. I spent a lot of money on these shoes. The thing is, when you buy good dress shoes, not the $50 dress shoes, when you spend a lot of money on dress shoes and you wear them, you can have the heel taken off, because this will start wearing first. And then if you wear them a lot, you'll have to change this next. When you change that and you get the whole new sole, it's like you got a brand new shoe. You take care of your shoes and you use shoe cream for your shoes. The only problem with me is this is dark brown shoe cream. These are medium brown. And no, these are not Cole Haans. These are Magnanis, whatever, Magnani, however you pronounce it. I've had those shoes for 3 years, and when I polish them, they look brand new. I've had people I've worn those shoes about 150 times, and after 100 times, people say, "Oh, you those are nice. You just got those." No, I got these when I was 21, and I was 23, and they still were getting those comments. So I'm saying, you know what? I'm gonna go get some shoe cream, because I bought the wrong color. Yeah, I do need neutral, but I'm gonna tell you about neutral shoe cream. Neutral shoe cream does not put the color back. It just gives it that sparkle again. But you need neutral and you need the color. So if you need dark brown, you need neutral too. Every so often you do neutral. I mean, you do the color and then you do neutral, I guess, every other time you wear it. You get the point. It's like putting wax on the car versus washing the car. I said, you know what? I bought the wrong shoe cream in Tanzania. I'm gonna go get uh, some shoe cream. Yeah, I opened my shirt up. I did. I do it again. I'm gonna go get some shoe cream. Do you know I was all around the damn city looking for that shoe cream? And the thing is, there's stores here that sell suits and dress shoes, but they don't have the shoe cream. Why is that? Next, this isn't so important, but cigars. You guys know I like to smoke cigars. You're not getting them here. That's the simplest way I can put it. They have cigarettes. They don't have shisha here. Somebody told me shisha is frowned upon here. So if you like shisha, know that before you come here. Shisha is not a thing. Don't know why, don't care why. I don't need shisha. I like it, don't need it. I bought some cigars from some guy off the street. Not off the street. The guy I knew. We met him in the restaurant, and he's like, yeah, I got some. I don't think they were really cigars. I took 2 puffs of the cigar and I felt like I had to shit. I took 2 puffs. An hour later, I feel like I had to shit again. What is this? What is in this cigar? And then if you don't constantly puff this cigar, it goes out like a match. So that being said, when returning to Rwanda, I know that I would have to buy a box of cigars and bring them with me. Just FYI. Because I ran into some Americans last night and they had cigars, and I was like, yes, please tell me you bought that somewhere in the city. He's like, no, I had to bring it from home. I was like, damn. Okay. That's so that cigar that made me feel like that, I still have it. I still have it. I just use it for a prop, but I'll never smoke that. No. Yeah, but yeah, shisha has been banned in Rwanda. Yes, that is a. Yeah, I did hear that. Petroleum jelly. No, again, these shoes. Maybe the camera isn't showing them right, but these shoes, I wore these shoes in Brazil on New Year's. He said a laxative cigar. And he taxed me. He charged me $25. He charged me $20 a cigar that I couldn't even smoke. Yeah, if you get constipated, you need to buy a cigar from him. So I got rained on really, really bad in Brazil New Year's. And I have not. I could put petroleum jelly, but they're dry, and I want to. Maybe I do that. Fuck it, I do it. But I have dark brown leather, so maybe I just put that on there lightly and then polish it and then wear it. Because I'm tired of wearing those boots every time I want to dress up when I have 2 pairs of shoes. Now, electronics. I'm not gonna touch on this too much, but so far since I left the United States, since I have not been to Western Europe, I have not. The only countries I've been to where you could go in and be like, I can get whatever, I can get a PlayStation, I can get a DJI camera, I can get whatever camera I want. The only places that outside the United States that are really like that, and it's a reasonable price and you're not going to get taxed, that I've been to. So far nowhere in Africa, not even Kenya, because they don't have all the electronics. But Thailand and the Philippines. I could walk into any mall and get whatever electronic I want. Rwanda, Brazil. I'm gonna say Colombia too. You can get electronics in Colombia too. Rwanda, Brazil, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, Vietnam, Cambodia. You're not getting there. They don't have all of the electronics. Just FYI. Now, taxis can be a headache. Taxis can be a headache. To be honest with you, sometimes the way how the taxi drivers are, I would rather walk 50 minutes. Is this only a Rwanda problem? No. Is this problem in Kenya? No, it's not in. I don't have this problem in Kenya, not in Nairobi. In Tanzania, yes, it's a problem as well. So the problem is this: there's an app. First of all, let me say this: Uber, Bolt, Grab, they're not out here. They're not. It's Yago, Rwanda, and it's another app. You order a ride on Yago, let's say, or let's say any of these apps. You order a ride. They don't move. They ask you, where you at? Here we go. Where am I at? So I say, oh, I don't know. I'm a tourist. I just got here. I'm not from Rwanda. I'm from Texas. Where do you see it on the map? Because my map on my phone is showing me which way you should go. Yet you're calling me asking me which way you should go. Why are you doing that? You're confusing me. So I hand the phone to the lady that works in my apartments. Can you tell him where I'm at, where we're at, how to get here? 5 minutes it took her to explain. She's pissed because he doesn't get it. He gets here. I get in the car. The first thing he asks me, where are you going? Where am I going? So you mean to tell me that app doesn't tell you that? The app doesn't tell you where I'm going? So what is the app for? What does the app do? Okay. So he asked, can I pull it up on Google Maps? I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. Fuck it. I'll pull it up on Google Maps. Let's just go. We get in the car. We start driving. Turn left here. Yes, turn left. Even though the GPS just said it. And it's not a language barrier because this guy spoke English very well. Turn left. Yes, turn left. Turn right. Yes, turn right. Go right here. We get to one part. He says, turn left here. I said, yes, turn left. Turn left. Yes, sir. Turn left. Turn left. I said, yes, turn left. You're holding up traffic. He rolls down the window, puts his hand out the window like this to do a left turn signal, and asks me again, do I turn left? Yes, turn left. What the hell? And when he saw I got frustrated, he laughed. It wasn't funny to me. Actually, it was funny because it was crazy. This morning, I want to go to the gym. I call a bike off the side of the street. I'm going to let you know right now, the bikes on the side of the street are the best way to go because they're always passing by. They don't know where to go either, but I mean, they're always passing by and they're more convenient. They're not going to ask you where you're at because they're right there. I say, I want to go to this gym. I show him on the GPS. He says, I don't know where that's at. I said, Jesus Christ. He says, I don't know where that's at. I said, okay, look, I'm gonna click directions and it's going to show you. I don't know where that's at. I said, I don't know where it's at either. But the GPS knows. I said, here's what we're going to do. Let me put on the helmet. I'm going to get on the bike. Hold that phone. I put the GPS to the hotel next to the gym because for some reason we couldn't agree on me putting the GPS to the gym. We go to the gym, to the hotel. I said, okay, let me see the phone. Switch it to the gym. The gym is walking distance. It would take me 5 minutes, 6 minutes to walk there, but it's there. I said, okay, the GPS says go around this building and then make a left, and it'll be right there. He looks at it, he says, I don't know. I said, you don't need to know. Look, do this. Go straight and go around this building, make a left. I don't know. I said, oh my God. So he pulls over and asks some people standing on the street, 2 security guards. He asks them, where do I go? And I'm like, what do you mean? I know where to go. Let me drive the motorcycle, man. Give me the motorcycle. Let me drive the motorcycle. They asked Auston, what's the name of the gym? Who the fuck is leaving this? Let me just do this. Because that question was rude. They say, what's the name of the gym? And I'm like, I don't even remember what Stone. I don't know. I don't remember what the name of the gym was. But I'm kind of getting at what difference does it make? We have the gym location. I told the driver again, go straight right around this building and make a left. I'm going to tell you where to go. Just drive the motorcycle and I'm going to tell you. Because I can walk there, but we can get there faster than I can walk there. I mean, I can walk anywhere in the city. At this point, the driver starts ignoring me, even though I know where to go and he doesn't. He's ignoring me. So I'm looking at the 2 security guards. They're looking at my phone all like this. They're looking at the entire neighborhood around the gym, I guess, to analyze all of the streets. And I'm like, please give me my phone. I said, sir, I'm going to pay you. I'll walk. I start walking off. You know what? I heard, sir. Excuse me. I turn around. Yes. What's the name of the gym? I said, are you serious? I'm gonna walk there. I don't need help anymore. I don't need help. That's a headache. And believe it, I've had you can hire a driver here, right? It's also, from what I was told from my driver, like $100 a day for a driver. Now, if it means avoiding all of that mess and you think it's worth it, yeah. But is it that motorcycle thing and the car thing, that is a headache. That is a headache. That makes it very hard. So here's what I'm going to tell some Americans. You can come to Rwanda and you can set up a class teaching those people how to operate a GPS. Seriously. It's needed. It's needed. I think that is a good idea. You can come to Rwanda and set up that kind of business, like teaching people how to use technology. And you were probably thinking, don't they have a GPS on their own phone also? Why don't they use their phone and not yours? They don't. Most of them still have the little small, like, what we call back in the States, Obama phone. Those little small keypad. They don't have an iPhone, and most people don't, from what I'm seeing. The drivers, at least. So keep that in mind. Let me read a couple of these comments. No. And people said this. You need to get a regular Uber or motorcycle guy who you can just call as needed. No. Because they don't know where to go. It's not that I can't get a driver. It's the drivers don't know how to use a GPS. So even if I got a driver, he's not going to know where to go. Even if I show him on the GPS, even if I show him and then I tell him, you know what, I'm going to watch the GPS, just turn left and right when I tell you to. I just told you the first story. They're not. It's crazy. So, whew. Yes, 100. $100. And no, we're not gonna buy that. Oh, you said he could speak English, but he couldn't understand it. Everybody understands this. That's worldwide universal language. That's not. That's not. And no, people say I'm trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. This is a real story. This is like, you think I'm making this up? Somebody says, Austin, you should open up that business while you're there. No, I'm not. I will not. I'm going to let y'all do that. I'm just here to pass you the the knowledge. You can do that. Now, nightlife. Nightlife in Kigali, like I said before, is on the weekend. On the weekend. On the weekend is nightlife. I told you last night. I went out. I went to 5 different places. There was people out. By people, I mean 6 people in one place. And when I do go out, the ratio is off. For example, if I go to a club, a bar, or restaurant to hang out, and there's 50 people in the room, 30 of them are men. You go to the gym, you would think the gym is always going to have more men than women. Not in Brazil. So that doesn't always apply. But in the United States, yes. In the United States, yes. In Colombia, no. In Kigali, no. But just know that. Okay. But the nightlife here is, like I said, it's like Recife, Brazil. No. Now, I'm going to read a couple of these super chats. Enjoy your journey. Well, thank you, Edward, for the $10 super chat. Enjoy your journey, brother. I'm from Miami, living in Seoul, South Korea. Nothing like living abroad. Be safe on the journey. I appreciate that. Congratulations to you to making it out of the United States, because I know you really need to do that. Because I had to, and many other people need to. Mustafa. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, Austin, did you encounter any beggars on the street? I have not been begged for change one time since I've been out here. But I did see, actually, I did one time, and that was today. But I've been here, I'm going to let you know right now, in Tanzania, or in Dar es Salaam, in Kampala, and everywhere else I've been to in the world, they ask for money. Not in Brazil, though. Sometimes. Don't give people money that didn't work for it. Yeah, this is true. And you got to have some discipline in the gyms in Brazil. There's a lot of women in the gyms. What does this talk about Muslims in the comments? But it's what A is saying is true about the Muslims. But yeah. Also, when I do go hang out in the clubs and stuff, it's very cliquish. It's very cliquish. By that, I mean, it's almost like it's when people they come out, it's like a house party, right? And everybody knows everybody. Imagine everybody moving out of that house party and all getting one table at a club, and they don't socialize with nobody else. I don't need you to remind me where I'm at, sir. Anyway, it's like everybody getting, it's just a group of, they don't socialize like that. They don't. In Tanzania, you look at somebody, they nod at you, hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing? You know you want a drink? In Kenya, yeah, that happens. Not as much as Tanzania. In Uganda, yes, that happens a lot. They're very friendly in Uganda, yes. Here, it's not that they're rude, but they're just not talking to you. I dealt with that a lot in Dallas. Don't Things that remind me of Dallas is, oh, it's such a bad memory being in Dallas, Texas. I'll never go live there again ever in my fucking life. Next point. The view count. If you are a content creator, Instagrammer, Twitter, content creator, YouTuber, Facebooker, the view count is not so great. I'm gonna put in order for the view counts, content creator wise. Kenya has the highest view count from what I've been to. Tanzania number 2, then Uganda, then Rwanda. I've had Rwandans tell me that their content did better in other countries. That means a lot of people are not on social media like they are in other countries. Yes, it is PTSD. You think Dallas is bad? Try Austin as a black man. No, I disagree with you. I had a lot more success in Austin, Texas than Dallas. I hate Dallas, man. I hate it. I hate it there. But Austin was amazing for me. I was gonna move to Austin, Texas. Thank God I found out about moving overseas. So we're gonna go back to this. Women date at a slower pace. If you are a tourist, I don't know. You need more time. If you're gonna, as a tourist and you're planning to date, I think in Rwanda you need to stay 1 to 3 months to date. Being a weekend warrior, which I don't know how you do that anyway, going on the other side of the world or halfway through the world, is not gonna go well here. You 10 days is usually what I do. That I don't think that's gonna go well here. Oh, here we go with this. She says, as a black woman, Texas was nice to me. Ma'am, when you hear me complain about dating in the United States, we cannot compare women's problems to men's problems. Women have dating good everywhere in the damn world. Well, no, they have dating good everywhere in the United States. I have no sympathy for women's dating problems in the United States. Y'all have all the leverage. If you are having a hard time dating, you have done something wrong. There's no. I don't want to hear it. Now, as a man, it can be hard. It's definitely easier for women. Y'all have, yeah. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Anyway, do not come to Rwanda and thinking you're gonna have a short time fun. I really don't see this being a place for that. I do not see Rwanda being some place where you can come in and within 1 week you got a chick that she spent the night with you and you've dated. I don't see that. In Kenya, I see that. In Tanzania, I see that. Uganda, Rwanda, no. You can correct me on Uganda, but I didn't see that. Jesus Christ. Now, who is Rwanda for? Who is Rwanda for? Age-wise. It's not for a 24-year-old. I don't think so. That's my opinion. I think it's for somebody old enough to be my dad. I'm banning your ass for saying that stupid comment. It's for somebody older, somebody 40 plus that is looking for a wife and looking to maybe hang out once every 2 or 3 weeks and looking to look at the mountains, the beautiful mountains that they have out here. I think that's who this is for. But a 24, I would not tell a 24-year-old or 20-year-old, like, come to Rwanda. Why would I tell them that? If nothing is, if Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the only days that things are really jumping, why would I tell you to come there? People that are retiring, I think this is for you. This is a place, as a young man, I think you have the best views here. I haven't been all over Uganda. I haven't been all over Tanzania. I haven't been all over Kenya or Rwanda. But just being in this city alone, I've seen the best views I've ever seen in my life in this city. The way how the city looks has made me not really give a damn about most of these things I'm complaining about right now. It's that beautiful. We already talked about $100 per day. So those are my thoughts on Kigali, Rwanda. But the video's not over. We're gonna talk, and I'm gonna share on the screen a little video that got some of y'all in y'all panties right now. So let's see, what did Auston Holleman say that was horrible right here? What did he say that was so bad? Somebody said you seem way more uptight now than you did when you were in Brazil. That's because when I was in Brazil, I was saying whatever I felt like saying. And then I seen what happens when you go too unfiltered and you don't add any politic, what is the word? You don't get political with your speech. Because had this been me 6-7 months ago, I would have been like, man, fuck this. I seen where that goes. But I'm not addressing any more comments like that. Now, let's look at political correctness. Let's look at this short that has a lot of people in their feelings. But let's look at this handsome man, Auston Holleman, on the screen first. Nah, I'm kidding. In the United States, most of us don't like each other in crowds. We don't like each other. And this shit is lagging. Hold on. In general, people can say what they want. They know what I'm saying is true. Okay. Black people don't like each other like that in the United States. Really? Yeah, no. We're actually taught to not like Africans. Africans are taught to not like us, from what I've heard. Somebody told me yesterday that the way how they perceive Black Americans is in the best light. But I will tell you, y'all, they don't show y'all in the best light. They really don't. So they don't want us to like y'all, and they definitely turn us against each other in the United States. In the United States, we got a $50 super chat right here from Ben Israel. He says, thank you for sharing the truth about what we are going through in the Matrix to the brothers and sisters around the world. Thank you very much for that super chat. And I am glad to hear that you get value out of what I do. I'm glad, and I thank God for everybody that sees that. And I will continue to spread the word no matter how they feel. Y'all know that about me. I don't care how people feel when I'm telling the truth. The truth hurts sometimes, but it is what it is. But I've toned down. But my message is the same, but the delivery has changed. Now, I see a lot of people in the comments on my side, and they say this. Let's read a couple of these comments, because I said that they don't show Africans in the best light. How can you disagree with that? How can you disagree with that? Whenever I was in high school, well, actually just being a U.S. citizen, being in the United States, if we saw an African on TV, they were either starving, thirsty, literally thirsty like for water, poor, or sick with HIV. That's what they show us. Or they were on a damn safari with some lions running around in the backyard. That's all we get to see when we see Africa. That's why I don't show that. You want to see poor African people? Go watch National Geographic. Go watch National Geographic. I'm not living with the poor people. I'm trying to show y'all that there's not poor. I mean, that there's more than just poor people in Africa. My channel is about what it's like to be in another country as an American. I hope none of y'all are coming down here to move to a place where there's a river of feces going around the neighborhood. So that's why I don't show y'all that. And if you crazy enough to move somewhere over there, this ain't the channel for you. Go find one of them other YouTube channels where they walking through shit water. Won't be me. I won't be taking these shoes through a river of feces. Not these. Not any of them. Not barefoot. Now, we can't see the comments. Well, that's great. Let me try to pull it up. Yeah, the flies on the face. They got the kids with the flies on their face in Africa. That's all they show you. But I want to read some of these comments, and we gonna see if some of these people that disagree are on the live stream today. And I want to hear from you today. It's been a while since I done had a debate, and since we done got some heat started. It ain't finna be that much heat, but you know. Here we go right here. Here we go right here. So we gonna go to the comments, and we gonna see if we can find these people trying to spread. Let me, sir. You know what? I don't like you. I don't like what you said, because that was you're just rude, just a negative guy. Okay, I'm talking about somebody that left a rude comment. So there was some people that disagreed, and there's people leaving irrelevant comments, like some stuff that just says that has nothing to do with what they say. This guy says, "I'm sorry, but that's honestly some victim BS to keep saying nowadays. They don't force anyone to go up against their own." That's not it. It was one comment I wanted to read. A comment like this: "It's readily apparent these girls are clueless what he's talking about." Of course they're clueless. You know why? Because they're not United States citizens. U.S. citizens are the ones I'm talking about that have watched the propaganda. We don't need U.S. I'm not even going to entertain these dumbasses. But what do you guys think about Rwanda? What do you guys think about Rwanda? I like Rwanda. The next time I come back, I just know I need to plan more trips to see more of the wildlife, the nature, and maybe some cultural stuff and some heritage, kind of stuff. And then leave my Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays open. Somebody said Rwanda seems a little boring, beautiful but boring. I mean, it's beautiful, but it is very slow. It's very, like you said right here, a very family type of place. It's giving family vibes. It's giving family vibes. And that's fine. That's why we travel. That's why we travel, to find out what is for us. who knows? When I finish traveling through Africa and I had them 5 kids that I was telling you I'm gonna have, I told you I'm gonna have 5 kids. It'll pop up in my mind like Kigali is a place that I probably could go to. It's safe, it's clean, low crime rate, low crime rates, nice people. The food is good. The food is not as good as Tanzania's now, but the food is great. I ate a hamburger this morning. I ain't never had a hamburger that tastes. Yes, no, because Tanzania has something crazy. Tanzania got some good food, man. But as far as for a family man, it checks the boxes. If you guys have been watching, I told y'all, Nairobi, I love it. But I wouldn't raise a family in Nairobi because I wouldn't be able to pay attention to the kids. It's too much action. What is this guy talking about? Tanzania's food is on top. Yes. Uganda. I don't know where to put Uganda. And I got out a lot in Uganda. Let me say this too. When I was coming to Rwanda, people said I'm supposed to be leaving before the weekend is up. People said, "Oh, what did they say? Rwandese girls." They said they're wild, they're crazy. They're not crazy for me. I'm not getting that vibe. And the reason I said they're not crazy for me, rather than saying they're not crazy, is because maybe for you, when you came down here, y'all dudes be lying, man. I was gonna say that y'all dudes be lying because y'all said women in the Philippines was crazy. They definitely gave very sane vibes. SANE, very sane vibes. There was no crazy vibes. Now, if you want to talk about Colombia, Brazil, Kenya, you can say they got some energy, but Tanzania is in the middle. Uganda is in the middle. But Rwanda, for the most part, they're giving off conservative, reserved vibes. They're not giving off liberal, liberated vibes. They're giving off conserved vibes. How many wives are you getting? One, maybe two. No, I'm just kidding. One. I haven't. I don't know if I could deal with two women yet every day. They would have to be. I don't know. How do we meet up with you, Auston, if we're coming to Africa? You shoot me an email, and you need to look like I can't hang out with everybody. I can't hang out with everybody. Number one, why can I not hang out with everybody? I cannot hang out with everybody because every 10 days I'm in a new country. Unless if I find somewhere like Kenya where I'm gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna stay here for a month. And then I'm jumping. And when I find somewhere, I stay here a month. I went from Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Tanzania. I fell in love with Tanzania. I stayed 40 days instead of 10. Then I did 10 in Kenya, 10 in Uganda, now 10 in Rwanda. But and then I'm leaving. I'm leaving Rwanda. 10 days is enough. You have some people out there that say, "Oh, what you mean you didn't like this country? What do you mean you didn't like uh let's just say, Korea. What do you mean you didn't like Korea? You were only there 10 days. It take you long. If it takes me longer than 10 days to like the country, I'm not going to like it. Every country that I liked day one. I loved Brazil. Day one. Colombia, I loved it. Day one. Vietnam, day one. Tanzania, day one, and Kenya, day one. I loved this city day one. I loved it. But for where I'm at in life right now, I can't stay here. But I love it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to be. But I'm 24. Maybe when I'm 34. Is Gavin on your bucket list? I'm gonna try to go to as many African. I'm gonna try to stay here until 2024. Appreciate the super chat. Colin, thank you for the $50 super chat. He says, so you want liberal women, and then when you are ready, move to a conservative country. I want. Okay, that's a good question because that's like kind of true. Because you guys notice whenever I go to places where the women are known to be liberal, I say, I like this place. America's liberal too. It's just they've went too far with it. They're undesirable liberals. They're liberals that are like it's too much. So liberal in other countries is not the same as it is in the States. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Whenever I've gotten all the liberal wants out of me, then yeah. I don't know though. Let me continue growing up. Hi, Auston. How did your date go with the good-looking Ethiopian woman? Y'all look real good together. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Actually, the four of us were all going out again tomorrow. But she is very cool. She's very cool. We talk every day. But it's not what you think it is. Thank you for another $5 super chat. Seychelles. I believe that's how you say Seychelles. Yes. You know what? This is true. I never gave a review on Uganda. So that'll be my next live stream. I do a live stream. This is true. This is true. Saragarvi says, Saragarvi, sorry I said that wrong the first time. You are doing very important work, my brother. We are going to have to link soon. I'll be in Africa in a couple months. Yeah, shoot me an email or reach out to me. I can get your number from O'Shea, but yeah, shoot me an email and we can exchange numbers. I've been seeing you've been leaving comments. I appreciate it. Appreciate the super chat. And we will link soon. I'll be in Africa, like I said, for whenever you get here, I'll be here. Because it'll be October, I'll still be here. November, I'll still be here. It's going to take me a while to do 30. I think I still have like 30 more countries to go to. So it might be longer than that because that's like 300 days. Might not be able to do all of them. I might have to do a circle back, I'm doing a world tour right now, but it's gonna be a circle back. Like I didn't do all of Asia. I'm not really tripping about that either. But like I'm gonna have to do a circle back and do Japan and South Korea and China, Indonesia, and then go down to Australia. I still need to do. I still haven't hit the Pacific, the real Pacific, like far off in the Pacific, like Samoa and all those little other tiny islands that look like they can get washed away by a wave, Fiji and stuff like that. I still need to go to those. So it's gonna have to be a circle back. But this first go round is just uh what is she talking about? They said the Ethiopian girls really chill. I noticed that about Ethiopians in general though, because there was a lot of them in text and they always seem like very relaxed. I don't know about this one, man. I think I need to travel outside the tourist zone because um, I didn't see that. I know you may not like white women, but I know you said you like choosing signals, the Scandinavian countries. I'll be there as well too. I'm going to Europe after this in 2024. It's not that I don't like white women. I just have a priority, which is black, then Latinas, then white, then Asian. That's the order. It's not that I wouldn't fool. I do them all. I mean, I do them all, right? But it's not that I wouldn't fool with white women. It's just, I mean, I'm not over there yet. I'm not really fooling no white women from the States. I mean, they've been showing their ass. They got that stigma of getting dudes locked up and stuff like that. I mean, mm, no, no. But yeah, so what are some African countries I'm going to? I've said this before, but I'll say it again. He said, "With white women comes jail." Yeah, I mean, it's not even a joke. That's very real. Not all of them, of course, but it's not. There's no shortage of them. Yeah, they try to call me a womanizer. Yeah, so Mozambique, Madagascar, Reunion Island, Seychelles, and Mauritius, Zambia, Zimbabwe just banned Americans from what I've seen, so I guess I'm gonna be going there. South Africa, what is it? Namibia? Is that how you say it? Angola, the DRC, Congo, Sao Tome, Senegal, Nigeria. Um, what's the other one? Ghana. Gotta go to Ghana. I got a good feeling about Ghana. Cape Verde, Morocco, Egypt, but I think I'm only gonna do a 3-day trip to Egypt. There's a lot of countries to go to in Africa. There's a lot of countries to go to. So somebody asked, why did Zimbabwe ban Americans? From my understanding, it has to do with the relationship between Zimbabwe and Russia. And I guess, that kind of speaks for itself. Somebody says, what would happen if you fell in love with a woman you met during your travels? That's already happened, but I'm a man of my word and I have to keep moving. I mean, this is my job now. I can't stay in one spot. Plus, I gotta keep. I want to try. I want to try a lot first before because I'm coming from the United States where this trying doing what I'm able to do now would be extremely hard back home. Just being able to date around and see what you really like. Good. Yeah, good luck with that shit in the States. Good luck. So while the opportunity is here and I'm young, I'll take advantage of it. and then we'll do a circle back. And no, I was not in love with Kate. No, because somebody said Kate. No, I was not. Um, Black people need to understand that Africa is the future. My woman is from Kenya. Africans can speak multiple languages, and many call them ignorant. And you know what somebody said? Thank you for the super chat. Somebody says, because I had a video where I was bragging about Africans in Rwanda, Rwandese people being able to speak French, English, Swahili, and their language. I can't remember that name all the time. That's 4 languages. And somebody says, hey, Auston, I really respect your content, but, being bilingual or trilingual does not equate to intelligence. It doesn't equate to stupidity. Because from my understanding, I think scientists said that there was it does something to your brain when your brain is able to articulate between 2 languages, and you start to see the world differently. Like there's no way that, because you got to think about when you learn another language, I know you were just joking. I know. When I know you was joking about Kate. I know. When you open your mind up to learn another language, you don't see the world the same anymore. You start to listen to other people's music and understand different slangs, understand their perspective, understand why they do things certain ways. I think learning another language definitely equates to intelligence. I mean, you can't be a dummy speaking 4 languages. I mean, you just can't. It just doesn't work that way. Like languages is memory. Dumb people lack memory. So, well, I guess that's not true. Maybe it is. Who I don't know. But it develops your brain. Like I don't even practice my Portuguese anymore, but my Portuguese has gotten better because it's like it's settled into my brain. Like my brain has digested all that knowledge I learned in 2022, 2021. And now it's not going nowhere. Like I'll be able to speak Portuguese forever. Now you will lose how good you get at it if you stop. Here's another tip too. I don't know if you guys notice that. Whenever you are practicing another language, pay attention to your sex drive. I have a friend back home. He's a doctor, and he told me that when you stimulate your brain education, like you're doing a lot of learning, your sex drive goes up. I was like, you know what? I never thought of that. Let me pay attention to that. And a few months after he told me that, I started learning Portuguese on Duolingo, and I was practicing 2 hours a day, listening to music in Portuguese, writing in Portuguese, talking to other people in Portuguese. And I was like, wow, it's like an aphrodisiac. Like I literally can see what he's talking about. Like it's that mental stimulation is what it is. And I guess that's why high schoolers are jumping through windows to sneak in girls' houses at night. I guess because they in school. I don't know. But Suave Prince says, no, I'm reading it wrong. Keep bossing up, homie. Let the haters hate and keep shining. Thank you very much for that $20 super chat. And I will continue to do that and continue to grow and continue to improve my appearance. Thanks to people like you. Thank you. Falling in love is overrated. Shit like that is a trap for men. Definitely a smart move to put yourself first while you're single. Yes. Because imagine had I listened to, I had somebody in barber school tell me I should have got married to the chick I was dating at the time. And I think I was gonna do it. I thank God I didn't do that. That girl was a lost cause. Because I would be somewhere depressed right now. And somebody else would be Auston Holleman traveling. and I'd be sitting at home probably with a kid and a naggy ass girlfriend, ready to blow my damn brains out. That means you listen to Kazamba. Hmm. No, I don't know what that is. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. The last relationship I had 3 years ago. I started gaining weight after that relationship, and not bad weight. Like I got fine after that relationship. I was losing weight because and didn't even know that I was getting skinny. No, when I was saying I listen to music in Portuguese, I was referring to Brazilian music. But I'm gonna have to check out Kizoma. I'm actually about to write that down so I can check that out when I end this live. Give me some recommendations for Kizomba. Actually, I think I have heard of it, but I've never listened to it. I remember you. I remember you. When am I coming back to Thailand? I don't know. I do remember meeting you in the parking lot. We took a picture. It'll be a while because Africa got me on lock right now. Africa got me on lock. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can switch back. Well, I never had to switch. I just don't know if I can go back. I can go back to Thailand. I ain't gonna stay there long. Which local music do you like the most? In what country? Thailand ain't touching Africa. Yeah, it's not. He said, "We miss you, brother. I miss y'all too, and I appreciate it. But it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. I mean, eventually, I do have to go back to Thailand for something. I do have to go back eventually, and it could be this year, but I won't be there for a while. I could promise you, I won't be there a week because I don't have to stay 2 weeks now because I'd be coming from Africa, which is only 8 hours of flying. I believe it's only like 8 hours of flying. So yeah, versus being a 32-hour travel time coming from Dallas. Yeah, so I do have a sponsor that I reached out that was reaching out to me about their language learning program they created, and it's a great program. And I made my video, but I have not got the contract to bring it to you guys. It's an amazing thing. I don't promote things that I haven't used yet or I don't really believe in. I've had maybe 10 or 15 sponsors reach out to me, uh, and I've only considered two of them, three of them. I've only used two out of the three. And this one I found I was really like, yeah, this would be great. I made my video, but I'm not going to post a video until they're ready. But I can't give too many details on what it is because I got to wait. Hello, brother. What has inspired you to travel at this young age? What is the most valuable lessons you have learned? Can't stand it here anymore in the States. I know exactly how you feel. What inspired me to travel? To be honest, and I think about this all the time. Wait until I get paid for what? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, wait until yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. What inspired me to travel was me being aware that the people around me in my immediate circle, or not even just immediate. I was a barber, right? So I encountered, hundreds of people a month to cut their hair. Not hundreds, maybe like 100. 100 different people cycled throughout the month. And they try to make you feel crazy. I believe they call that gaslighting. And what they do is, for me, it was dating, right? I'd have issues, certain little things. Dallas is like one of the worst places you can date in. I will admit it was better in other parts of the country, but Dallas was dating in Dallas is like a nightmare from on both sides. From I've heard women say the same thing, but I told you I don't really have much understanding for women's dating problems because usually when you listen to the problems, it's like they're the problem. But and they have all the leverage. But I would tell them issues, and somehow it would always be my fault for somebody else's incompetence. Oh, Austin, you got flaked on a date. Somehow that shit was my fault. So then you start to get this feeling of, damn, like, oh, maybe I'm not dressed right. Maybe, maybe I need to work on my charisma. Clearly, I don't need to work on my charisma if I done built a damn following. But I knew that before I got on YouTube. Maybe my haircut not right, which I wasn't switching it. And then when you do everything you think you're supposed to do, you start thinking, well, damn, what else do I need to do? How much do I need to get some sort of satisfaction out of what I'm getting? And I wasn't getting it. So I said, I'm going to travel. I'm going to change the continent. I'm going to change the language. I'm going to change the culture. I'm going to change the people. I'm going to change the music, everything. And I went to a different culture. I started in Brazil. I went there and it changed my life. And I moved out. And I had an issue in Brazil, so I moved out of there again. And I came to Thailand. I said, you know what? I was supposed to be doing a world tour anyway to prove to myself that that what I'm saying is correct. And I'm going to put it on YouTube. So far, I haven't been wrong. Like, even countries like, I don't like dating in the Philippines, or I don't like dating in, the Philippines, or, I don't really, it's certain countries that I really just don't prefer to date in. I can guarantee you one thing, they ain't bad enough for me to take my ass back to Dallas. So that me being able to say that confidently is me proving to myself that what I'm saying is correct. The issues, I had to tell some Africans in Tanzania. Let me quit saying Africans. Some Tanzanians. I had explained this to them, what I just told y'all. And they try to say it's getting like that here too. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. No, it is not. I wouldn't be sitting right here if it was. No. Dating in Tanzania is not like dating in the United States. It's not even recognizable. You're not getting flaked on and getting used up for meals. You're not dealing with women that have zero communication skills, substance. What? No substance. No substance is the proper way to describe dating back home in Texas. No substance. So I'm. What do you want me to do? How much am I supposed to do? Fuck you, dude. That was a good joke. I would kick you out for saying that, but that was a good joke. So when I hear African people, and I'm saying Africans now because I'm referring to all the countries that I've been to, and they say, "Hey, it's what's wrong with this? What you mean what's wrong? You only saying that because you ain't been there." Now, somebody said dating is getting bad everywhere for locals in the countries that we go to. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Dating has turned into a scam in the United States. That is a very good way to describe it. That is like a perfect like you get scammed. That's the best way. I'm gonna start saying it. It's like it's a scam. You think you're gonna get something, and then the people take their benefit from you, and you get nothing in return. That's what a scam is, or little to nothing. It's not different for locals though. It may be getting harder for the locals in these countries that we go to because there's now a global market, but it's not different. It's not. No, their women still treat them with a different level of respect than ours. It may be harder for them to access it now that there's a global market now, though. But the respect is different. So he also says, "What is the most valuable lesson you have learned?" I can't stand it in the United States anymore. Again, the most valuable lesson that I knew already but have learned is to always stay on my word. And these negative, I had somebody that I knew that was negative, and they brought that United States mentality with them overseas, and they tried to gaslight me and try to make. They said things like this, like, "Auston, I noticed you don't smile a lot, bitch. Fuck you." I have, you know what happened when I got to Africa. They said, "Auston, why do you smile so much? You're always smiling. You see the positivity you get." They're not asking me, why don't you smile enough? When I smile a lot. If you guys have seen me in person, I walk around and I constantly think about things that happened before and I laugh about it. But anyway, the lesson learned is I've learned how to identify gaslighting from people in the United States, but I also learned to put myself, do what's best for me. Do what's best for me. And that's what I'm doing right now is what's best for me. And this person says nobody goes out smiling 24/7. And that's why I say it's gaslighting. But somebody say you don't smile much. And if I already feel like I smile enough, well, damn, I guess you want me to be on drugs. If you that I had women in the United States do that too. They'll try that's a good gaslighting technique that they use because it got me one time for a while. Like, you could be in a good mood. Why do you look so upset? They're doing that to fuck with your head. I'm telling you. And get rid of those people when you see them. But my response would always be like, "Oh, I'm smiling." If you want a motherfucker that's smiling 24/7 like the Joker from Batman, you need to find somebody else. I'm not on drugs. I don't have toxic positivity. People like that make it seem like you should always just be, hey, hey, leprechauns and rainbows. Those are toxic positivity. That's toxic positivity. People that are we want it to be so positive all the time. It comes off negative because it puts people down because they don't feel like they're doing enough. And that's what the United States is like. You don't feel like you're doing enough. Yes. People in America always find something to complain about. Yes. Yes, toxic. Yes, Brownie. Toxic positivity is repulsive and inauthentic. I think I've given this example on toxic positivity. And one of my friends gave me this example. Let's say there's a school shooting. Not a school shooting. Let's say there's a shooting in a hospital and somebody walks in and shoots 50 nurses. And then here comes this, everybody's in there crying and oh my God. And then here comes this asshole doctor. And he says, well, at least they have a life insurance policy and their families won't have to worry about the cost. Who gives a fuck? This shit just happened. But you're trying to be so positive that you made the situation even worse. I had a way to identify somebody that's toxically positive is those people that's always like the vibes, the vibe. I'm just looking for a good vibe. And look, there's nothing wrong with saying like, oh yeah, you know, I want a good vibe. But have you ever been around somebody that, I mean, it seemed like 24 hours a day, your ass need to be on 10. Like you wake up, if you don't do a front flip out of the bed when you wake up in the morning, you like, oh, you know, they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why your vibe off? Like you just supposed to be around this motherfucker on crack all day. Oh, the vibe, you know, the car is quiet. The vibe is off. The vibe. Bitch, I just don't want to say nothing right now. I'm gonna stop cussing. I probably I probably cussed maybe 6 times, 7 times in this video. I'm doing better. I've done lives where I haven't cussed. This is just not one of them, I guess. But you know, you got people like that. And that mental illness is bad in the United States. It's really bad. And here's what he says, which is very true. He said, for me, it's a sex, whatever that is thing. The USA is a country where religion is important, and self development and positivity is like a religion. And if you are not like a joker smiling all the time and doing all of this and that, then they think that you're crazy, is what he said after that. They think you're crazy, which is true. Those are miserable people, and there's a lot of them. You know, if we're at a get together, just because I'm not up and dancing and doing backflips and spinning around like Michael Jackson does not mean I'm not having a good time. Trust me, baby, if I'm not having a good time, I'm gonna get up and leave. I have my own car. I do not need anybody to leave. And I do not force myself to stay in places where I'm not having a good time. But yeah, so this is the first live I've done in a while, I believe, that has been over 45 minutes to an hour long. We did this about for an hour and 47 minutes. I appreciate everybody that dropped a super chat. Thank you very much. Guys, I got to get at least 10 more of these African shirts. I'm wearing these for the rest of my life. I love them. They're easy to put on. They go with a lot. They're stylish. And they love me too. But before we go, Emmanuel Belton with a $100 super chat says, much love from Houston, Texas. I'm headed to East Africa because of your content in October. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much for dropping the $100 super chat. Again, donations like this keep the channel going. And huge contributions like this go a long way. Plane tickets around Africa are not cheap. A plane ticket from here, guys. Sorry, it lagged for a second. The one way from here to Tanzania to Dar es Salaam is $500. A one way from here to Kenya is $300. One way. I love you too, Mom. I love you too. What country are you headed to in East Africa? I'm thinking it's Kenya. It's either Kenya or Tanzania because those are the two I've hyped up the most. And I don't hype up places I don't like. Do you care about? Oh, thank you for this. Do you care about body count? Thank you for the super chat. Uh, I don't ever ask what somebody's body count is because you don't ever want to know. But if you seem like you got a high body count, I mean, honestly, I don't care what their body count is right now. I'm in a different. Well, I was about to say something crazy, but I'm in a different country every 10 days. I can't. I have to loosen up on my expectations. So that doesn't matter to me right now. But if I was living in one city, high body count is a no go. Obviously. Thank you, Marissa Walker. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the super chat. People are saying that I thought you were heading to uh, Ethiopia next. Ethiopia is in East Africa. I believe it's right above Kenya, right? I told myself before I went to Europe, I was going to save. Yeah, it's right above Kenya. I was going to save Ethiopia for last because I feel like I'm going to save the best for the last. Be the best, but I'm just saying. Also, I want to go to Ethiopia last, or one of my last countries. Probably it should be on a smarter scale, more Morocco or Turkey, which Turkey is not in Africa, but you know what I mean. Because those people up there are usually more light skinned. Damn, something in my throat. They're usually more light skinned. And hold on, give me a second. Let me get some water. Okay. Those people are usually more light skinned. And it's easier for me to transition going from all black to majority white folks. Like I can't go straight from Tanzania to Croatia. That's a huge culture shock. Rob, thank you for the 10 pound. I mean, that's not pound. God damn. For the super chat. It's like something in my throat. Are you going to visit Ghana or South Africa? Yeah, I'll be in South Africa in probably 2 or 3 months. And Ghana will be one of my last countries because West Africa will be towards the end. And I'm only going to about 3 or 4 countries in North Africa, which is Morocco, Eritrea. I think that's it. Definitely not going to Sudan. Egypt, Morocco, and Eritrea. They said they don't like black folks in Tunisia and Algeria, which I mean it makes sense. But yeah, Gambia, Senegal, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Guinea. Well, one is Guinea Bissau, and then Guinea, Ivory Coast, Mali, Ghana, Nigeria. Damn. Yeah, those. I'm gonna do those. But fuck. Out of all African countries you have been to, which accent do you like the most? Kenyan accent. Kenyans have a accent that you can spot. Like it sounds like no other. So you say, thank you for the super chat. You say, brother, that answer is not mature about skin shade. Guess you're still growing. Derek Lewis, I think I used to cut your hair. Let me see. Let me look you up in my database. I think I got your. I think I got. I know who you are. I don't forget names. If not, it was Derek. But if it wasn't you, it was somebody very similar. Let me look your name up. I still got everybody's information. Okay, no, that wasn't you. But the point, it does, skin shade does matter because what I'm seeing, that's what I'm saying. It's not about how the people behave, it's about what I'm seeing. Even though I'm pretty sure the people in North Africa don't behave the same way as people in the East. Emmanuel Belton says, I'll be in Kenya, but I'll be visiting Tanzania as well. And it's definitely because of your content. Keep up the good work. I appreciate the $50 super chat. Thank you much. More than likely, it depends whenever you get here. I'll be on this side anyway. I could see myself coming back to this side many times. And like I said, I could stay in Kenya. He said there's a lyric loose UFC fighter. He says awesome about to roast a former client. Yeah, I like that. You know, Algeria and Tunisia. They. I've heard a lot about them not. I've heard about them not liking us, and like, yeah, there's been a lot of Africans that have had issues there. Yeah, it's something in my throat. I don't know what it was, but yeah, we could go with those cigars, Jeff. That could be it. You know, that might be it because last time I had that issue, that the same thing happened. I thought something was stuck in my throat, but I actually think something's stuck in my throat now. But it's an hour and 57 minutes. I'm not really sleepy, but I've ran out of stuff to talk about. And I appreciate y'all coming through and everybody that donated. The super chats. Let me see if we got any cash apps. No. Well, yes. No. So yeah, everybody that donated super chats, I appreciate it. I hope that you guys. Actually, I don't know what I hope. I forgot what I was about to say. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you, please, if you have not already, go follow my Instagram at austonholleman. You can find me on Twitter, a groomsman. For some reason, I can't change my username. You can also, where else do y'all need to follow me at? You can follow me on TikTok, austonholleman3, because the first two got banned. You could send money to my Zelle. You'd have to email me though, because my Zelle isn't set up right now. It was set up, but I had some issues. My Facebook, Auston Holleman, but preferably, please follow my Instagram. Start a Rumble. I have a Rumble account. All my videos automatically transfer over to Rumble too. But I appreciate everybody coming through. I love y'all. Y'all stay tuned for tomorrow's video.